What is up, you guys? Today I am back with another Luffy video. Today I am playing Red-Green Luffy, one of my favorite decks in the entire game. In the first match, we're up against Green Bonney, and I haven't played against this deck in a long time, so I'm excited to see how it goes. Now, my opponent is going first, and they drop a 1-cost Bonney, so on my turn, I drop 2 1-cost Namis. Unfortunately, I missed on the first one, but for the second one, I grabbed the 4-cost Zoro, so I have a play for the next turn. My opponent rests their Bonney and grabs a Urouge from their deck, a very good card, and then when they attack me, I just take it. Then I attack with my Luffy first, and they take the life. Then I use my 1-cost Nami and just attack over their Searcher. Then I play the Zoro and put a Dawn onto the Luffy and keep it on active for counter the next turn. My opponent plays Cavendish, restands 2 Dawn and throws 1 onto Donnie, so that's just a free block. Then on my turn, I throw 1 Dawn onto Luffy and attack their Bonney, so they rest my Zoro, so I can't attack with it. Then I play my Cavendish and keep 2 Dawn cards active for the next turn. My opponent immediately swings for 7 with Cavendish, so I decide to just use both of my Dawn cards to protect, and then they swing for 5, so I just use a 1k counter. So not only do they have an Urouge on the field to give them an extra Dawn each turn in the end phase, they also have the Killer blocker, which can draw them a card when he blocks. Now, with 2 blockers on the field, I don't think I have a very good chance at getting over the Cavendish, despite the fact that I know he does want to keep Urouge on the field long term. So because I have 2 Deadman's Games, I decide to use one of them to rest both of his blockers to try to clear his field as quickly as I can. Once I do that, I throw 2 Dawn onto Cavendish and attack 8 over his own Cavendish. And he lets it go, so I use one of my Nami Searchers to attack over the Killer. Then I try to bait him a little bit, so I attack 5 with my Zoro over his Urouge, and he counters. So then I toss all of my Dawn onto my other 1-cost Nami and attack 6 over it, but he counters again. I felt comfortable not having any extra Dawn cards for his turn, because I can't use them on my Cavendish anyway, and I don't mind taking 1 hit here. I still have 3 life, so I'm feeling pretty safe. My opponent throws down the 8-cost Mihawk and restands 4 Dawn to play Cavendish, restanding another 2 Dawn. Then he attacks with his leader, so I just counter out. And then he attacks with his Urouge, and I counter out again. I might as well keep Cavendish on the field as long as possible. And on my turn, I decide I might as well use Deadman's Game again. And this time I rest the Cavendish and his Dawn card, so he can't use his leader effect. Then I put another 2 onto Cavendish and attack his Cavendish, and he lets it go. So then I put a Dawn onto my leader and attack over his Urouge, and he lets it go again. Now here I end up playing the 4-cost blocker Nami, which is just such a powerful card, able to rest 2 8-cost or lower characters my opponent controls. But I wasn't sure that that's what I was going to do this turn, so that's why I didn't drop it earlier. But once I decide that I want to do that, I rest the Mihawk before attacking with Zoro, and he ends up taking the life. So in the end phase, Nami restands 5 Dawn cards, so I have 10,000 power worth of counter. My opponent plays a 10-cost Dofi, causing my leader and Cavendish not to restand themselves during my turn, and doesn't even attack because he knows it is worthless. The very first thing I do is attack with my Zoro to see if he blocks, and he does. He takes the free block. And I was really hoping he would do that, so now I could play the Luffy and stack all my Dawn onto it and get over the Mihawk. And he lets it go. I was happy he didn't have enough counter there. On his turn, he just attacks with his leader, and then he attacks with his Doflamingo. And I just take both of those hits because I have the Nami blocker. I'm feeling pretty good about it, and I might as well fill my hand back up. He drops another Doflamingo, so now 3 of my guys won't restand during my turn. But I'm still in a really good position. So that's another blocker, and I can even play another 4-cost Nami. But after I thought about it for a bit, I decided to just attack with my Zoro. And I was surprised that he took it. So I stacked 5 Dawn onto my Nami and attacked him again, and he took that one too. So with the red Sanji in my hand, as long as I survive the next turn, I basically guaranteed win the game. So I throw a Dawn onto Luffy and then throw down my Nami. So that's another blocker plus 10k worth of counter. So all I'm going to do is just make sure that my Luffy stays on the field. Then he throws down the 8-cost Mihawk plus another killer blocker. He attacks with his leader, so I just give him a free counter. And then throws down another killer blocker. But the blockers do absolutely nothing against Sanji, so I throw 8 Dawn onto Luffy, throw down the Sanji, make him unblockable, and then swing in for the win. It turns out he was able to get up to 13k, but it wasn't good enough. So we take the win, and we'll move on to the next game. So hopping into the next game, I was happy to see that I'm against Jinbe, because I haven't played many matches against Jinbe yet. I have a pretty decent hand, I decided to keep it, and I noticed my opponent mulliganed, and then they scooped. I was pretty surprised. I don't think a bad hand is anything to scoop over, especially if you're just playing on the sim. You might as well play it out, get some testing in, and see what you can do. But I'll take the win. 2-0, baby. Let's go. Hopping into the third game, I was a little disappointed to see him against Boa Hancock. Yellow decks keep getting more annoying as more sets are getting released. And Boa Hancock almost feels like Emu in the sense that you might as well just swing into life every single attack. You're not really touching their board and you're just hoping for the best. That being said, I have a decent hand. So on my first turn, I play the Nami Searcher and grab another Sanji because I just love this card and he puts on a ton of pressure on your opponent. He's so great on offense, but he's also really clutch on defense too. My opponent plays a Gloriosa to stack the top of their life, and then they play a different Gloriosa to search the top of their deck. Then on my turn, I play down the Zoro, throw it down onto my Luffy, and then attack their life, and they take it. And it wasn't a trigger, which kind of shocked me because they stacked the top of their life, so why not put a trigger there? Anyway, on my opponent's turn, they play another Gloriosa, stack the top of their life again, and then just swing at me for 8, so I'll just take it. Here I play my Sanji and get 2 Dawn back. Then I attack with my Zoro, and they take it, and this time it is a trigger. Good job. Then I attack with my leader for 6 and leave 3 Dawn for the next turn. My opponent plays the Boa Marigold and also plays a 4-cost Hancock blocker as well. It is just so annoying when they get out 2 bodies like this at once, especially blockers, because it just makes going for life that much more difficult. And especially the blockers that have 5k or higher power, because when they block with them and they get KO'd, their leader just forces you to take a life card. I just hate it. So on my turn, there's really no point in attacking their board at all. I end up throwing down my Cavendish to get 2 Dawn back. Then I attack with my Zoro, and they take it, which I think is a little crazy. So I throw down my Luffy, getting ready to attack with him and throw the Dawn onto my leader, but as soon as I do that, they just scoop. I really couldn't believe it, but I guess they don't have that many things to play on their next turn. I guess they were just salty that they didn't see their 9-cost Boa, but it is on the top of their deck, so a little patience goes a long way. I still think I was doing fine though, so let's get right into the next duel. I stumbled across a blue Nami. I was pretty happy to see this because I really think I'm going to cook this leader. Ever since her original printing got banned, the promo to replace it is far more fair, if not downright terrible. I'm going first, so I just pass, and then my opponent plays down a Kaya and a Nami. Not bad. I just attack for 7 and force out the life card. And they attack and search a rubber band. They throw down another Nami and then pass it over to me. And here I'm debating between the Cavendish or the Sanji, but I decided to throw down the Cavendish just because he gets me 2 every turn. So I attach 1 onto my Luffy and try to attack over his 1-cost Nami, but he uses like all of his cards in his hand, and I think he misclicks, so he doesn't even protect his Nami. He still mills some cards, but I have no idea what happened there. On his turn, he uses his other Nami and grabs a Sanji's Pilaf, then plays you to draw some more cards. As well as the Sanji's Pilaf. On my turn, I throw down my 5-cost Sanji, then I use my Cavendish to attack over his Nami, and then I decide, you know what, I'll throw down another Sanji. So after attack with my leader, he counters out, and then I pass my turn. He plays 2 more 1-cost Namis, and then plays out a Zeph to get his Kaya back into his hand. I play a third 5-cost Sanji, and then attack for 7 with my Cavendish, so I can just freely attack with my leader for 5. Then I attack for 7 with one of my Sanjis, before playing my Nami to search out the red 2-cost Sanji, so even if he puts up blockers, I can just pierce right through once he has 0 life. Then I attack him for 9 and make him take another life card, and then I put a Dawn onto my Luffy after all, and use my Sanjis to get back up to 5 standing Dawn cards. He attacks with both of his Namis. He gets a Sanji's Pilaf and a Rubber Band of Doom. So he plays the Pilaf, throws down some Boodles, and then tries to attack with his Zeph, but I just can freely counter out. I use my Nami to attack over his Nami, trying to bait out some counters, and surprisingly it worked. So I attack with my Sanji, and he counters out again. Then I attack again with another Sanji, and he blocks. Then I'm like, why fix what ain't broke? I'll swing for 7 again. And now I can just stack everything onto Cavendish and just get right over him. GG Nami, I am happy you are as nerfed as you are. And for the last game that I played that night, I found myself up against Purple Dofi. I think this deck is really cool, and I can't wait to start playing it in OP14. I choose to go second, and my opponent plays a 1-cost Sugar on their first turn. I play my own Searcher, and end up grabbing a Tashigi just to have a 2k counter in my hand. He uses his Sugar and grabs a Monet. I attack over his Sugar, then play my Zoro, put it on my leader, and attack him, and he takes it as well. He plays a 4-cost sugar, which ramps him a Dawn card, and then he puts his 2 Dawn onto his leader and attacks me again. I basically just have to take this as well. It's not worth countering out at the moment. And then on my turn, I play my 5-cost Sanji, stand 2 Dawn back, attack with my Zoro, and he counters. Then I put a Dawn onto my Luffy and attack him again, to which he uses his leader effect to redirect it into the sugar, letting him play out his Monet for free. Then on his turn, because he ramped his Dawn already, he has 8, so he's able to play the 8-cost Doflamingo, which also plays out the 5-cost Rosinante. So suddenly he has this massive board advantage against me. I just attack 5 into life, and he counters out. Then I drop my 8-cost Mihawk, stand 4 Dawn back, throw 1 onto my Luffy, attack him for 6, which he redirects into his Monet, which I think is kind of a misplay. You might as well just take the free block by redirecting it into your 8-cost Dofi, but that's just me. And then on his turn, he plays another 8-cost Doflamingo, and then is able to play the 5-cost Virgo as well. So he has just so many attacks against me all of a sudden. He attacks my life for 5, so I just use a Dawn card to get out of it for free. And then he attacks me for 7, so I use 2 more Dawn cards. Then he attacks me for 9, and I'm thinking I might as well just take it here, just to see what else I can get in my hand. And then he plays his 1-cost Dellinger, which is basically just a decoy for him that on KO searches his deck. So all of these cards are just so good, and they practically all float. I attack with my Zoro, first things first. Then I attack 7 into his Rosinante, just trying to clear some bodies off of his field. And he uses his leader effect to redirect it into his 1-cost character. Then I try to attack him again with my leader, and he counters out. So I attack with my Mihawk, and he counters out again. So I play another Mihawk, and then restand 4 Dawn cards to play the Nami to restand 5 Dawn cards. He swings 10 into life, so I'll just use 3 Dawn cards to get out of it for free. And then he swings 11 into life, and because this is probably his biggest attack, I choose to just take it. He attacks me for 9, lowering my Mihawk by 2,000 power, so here I decide to use my Nami blocker. Then he goes 7 into life, so I'm able to just use my 2 standing Dawn cards to get out of it for free. He goes 6 into life with his Rosinante, so I block and use a 1K. He also ended up playing a Baby 5, so he'll get another free life card when he redirects the attack into it. This deck just has tons of options, I really can't believe it. I decide to try to get over the Virgo by attacking with my Sanji, and he is able to counter out. So I put it onto my Luffy and attack his life to see if he's going to redirect it at all, and he doesn't, he just takes it. I probably should have done the order a little bit differently. I just had no idea what I was supposed to do. So I attack with my Zoro afterwards, and he still takes the life, so I am happy about that. I think he was expecting me to attack with one of my Mihawks again, but I was going to keep them all active to have as much defense as possible for the next turn. So I play another Mihawk, and then I play a Bonney as well, so I have 4 blockers for next turn. Right away he attacks me for 10, so I just use my Bonney blocker, getting an extra Dawn card before sacking it off. Then he attacks me for 10 again, and since he lowered one of my Mihawks, I might as well just use it to block now. And he attacks with his leader as well, so I just give him a 1K. And then he doesn't attack anymore, which I was pretty surprised about. Now, this turn is definitely do or die. I don't think I'm going to get another turn, so I need to win the game now. I attack with my Sanji for 7, hoping that he redirects the attack, and he does. He sacks off his baby 5, getting an extra life card in the process, but now there are less variables to worry about. First, I attack with my leader for 7, and he takes it, so I'm feeling pretty confident. I throw down my Luffy, put a Dawn on him, and swing for 8, expecting him to take it again, but he plays a Noronoro Beam Sword, resting one of my Mihawks. That was the final attacker that I needed. I am devastated. I really think I had that if he just didn't play the Noronoro Beam Sword, but obviously woulda, coulda, shoulda. It is what it is. It was still a really close game. I felt like I was really clawing back, so I wanted to still include that game for you guys because I really enjoyed playing it. So this was the list that I was playing today. I really wanted to take the new 4-cost blocker Nami for a spin because she is just absolutely busted in this deck, being a blocker, plus resting 2 of your opponent's characters with 8 cost or lower, and then standing 5 Dawn in the end phase, so you can use your leader effect to give you 10,000 power worth of counter. I just really love red decks in general, and all the green cards you can use to supplement your engine just feel so nice. Dead Man's Game is one of my favorite cards, so I'm always happy to play it, and I also wanted to play the other 1-cost event, I'll Go All Out from the start, but I never ended up seeing it, so it didn't really come up. Another card that I didn't end up playing was the 10-cost Shanks. I felt like I didn't ever have an opportunity to play him, so in future lists I would probably end up cutting him. I originally did have him cut, but I threw him back in again just to have some fun, but he ended up just being more of a brick than anything. So you have a few options to replace him. You can play more of the 5-cost Rush Luffy, I really like him. You can also play more of the 5-cost Cavendish though, but the reason I play him at 3 is just because he's a little less useful than some of your other cards, because he's not a Straw Hat, so when he's rested you can't easily protect him. For that reason, I find the 5-cost Sanji to be much more consistent. You can also play the 6-cost double attack Luffy. He's also really good. I just found that he was a little awkward to play sometimes, since you can't play your 5-cost characters after playing him. You also can play the 6-cost Law. He is really nice because you can bounce your searchers back to hand. I play 10 of them to get a free 5-cost character onto the field. For another blocker you can play, I've seen some lists play the 7-cost Film Luffy because he can play some of your smaller characters from your hand as well to help you fill your field. Plus, high-powered blockers are always really useful. I just find the 8-cost Mihawk to be the most convenient because many players will attack you for 7, so at 8,000 power he becomes a free block there. And that just about wraps it up. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, it really helps me out. If you ever want to play against me, go ahead and join our Discord. We run tournaments every week, and I really want to get massive tournaments going, and I need your help for that. So there's a link in the description, go ahead and join. I'm always hanging out there. I'd love to talk, chat, and deck build with you guys, so make sure you go ahead and do that. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.